These videos are made for the purpose of entertainment. These are not made to give you an excuse to harass the original creator. I do not condone the harassment or bullying of the creators featured in these videos.
Hello everybody, my name is Axel the Baxolotl and welcome back to another video! Today I'm going to be redesigning an OC by the user Emily Princess on DeviantArt. Emily Princess was a user who hasn't been active since 2019. I remember she existed after going through my old artwork and finding this image, which is a picture of Emily's My Little Pony OC Princess Sparkle that I drew. So, I went to go check on Emily's profile to see if she had been active at all, and the answer is obviously no, she has not, leaving all the OCs on her page abandoned, so I figured I would give them some new life just for fun. The OC I'm redesigning today is the OC I drew art for, Princess Sparkle! The design of the character isn't terrible, but without a black outline on the character, it's really hard to see everything. Especially the hair. That pale yellow against the white background is almost impossible to see. The blue horn is weird and really stands out, and not in a good way. Personally, it just draws your attention away from the rest of the design. The cutie mark is pretty basic. It's just a heart with a drippy pattern, not super offensive, but it's also not super interesting. You can't even see the purple gradient on her body. Not very well, at least. I personally have to strain my eyes just to see it. On another picture of her character, this character has a bio, so let's give that a read to get a better understanding of the character. Her cutie mark is for unity and peace, and she's a Princess Alicorn crystal pony. My pony, Princess Sparkle. She was born a crystal pony and alicorn, and is more powerful than Celestia, Luna, Twilight, Starlight, and all other ponies, but she hasn't unlocked her magic yet. She is crushing on Big Mac and Shining Armor, but she is too shy to go up to them, plus Shining is married. She likes colors, candy, animals, and fun stuff. She hates mean people and Princess Cadance. She is stronger than her too, by the way. So, to me, Princess Sparkle comes off as she's supposed to be a replacement for Princess Cadance, without actually replacing the character. She's the Princess of Unity and Peace, and she's a crystal pony. Unity and peace is the closest you can get to love without actually being love, you know what I mean? And she hates Cadance and has a crush on Cadance's husband, Shining Armor. She's also apparently stronger than all of the princesses and Starlight Glimmer, but she can't even use magic. That is just ridiculous. You can't say your character is just stronger than all of these very powerful characters, ones that can raise the sun and moon, can travel through time, and use the elements of harmony, in Luna, Celestia, and Twilight's case, when, again, your character cannot use magic at all. That just doesn't make sense. But okay, we've looked at the character design and looked at her bio, and now we can move on to my redesign and rewrite of the character. Let's start off with how I rewrote the character. So, because she really feels like a Cadance replacement, or ripoff, I have made Sparkle Cadance's twin sister. That's right, I made them twins. Bite me. I figured making them twin sisters would be the best way to keep all elements of Sparkle's design and bio and make them make sense. So Sparkle and Cadance are twin sisters. Cadance is obviously the Princess of Love and the ruler of the Crystal Empire, and Sparkle is the Princess of Unity and Peace. She is also technically ruler of the Crystal Empire, but she does not have as much say or sway in what goes on in the kingdom. I feel like the citizens wouldn't see Sparkle as a true ruler of the Empire because she's not the Princess of Love, and this combined with a lot of other factors, like Sparkle not being able to use magic as well as her sister, and her sister dating, later marrying, her childhood crush Shining Armor, she feels very cast aside and does not at all like her sister. I actually have this idea that Sparkle could be the one trying to help Chrysalis take over the Crystal Empire, but instead of Chrysalis disguising herself as Cadence to marry Shining Armor, her and Sparkle could make a deal that Chrysalis uses her magic to hypnotize Shining Armor into thinking he's been in love with Sparkle this whole time, and once Sparkle completely rules the kingdom, Chrysalis and her changelings can feed off the citizens as much as they would like. This, obviously, doesn't work, and Sparkle leaves the kingdom after telling her sister that she hates her. Sparkle could then go on to ruling her own kingdom and maybe adopting dark magic like what Sombra uses, and just slowly becoming more and more powerful through very questionable means, and eventually becoming another villain the main six and the princesses would have to face and deal with. I think she could be really cool as another villain. She would be better than... what's that child's name? Cozy Glow? I haven't actually seen that villain in action, but I've heard things and seen small clips, and all I have to say is yikes. Maybe you could work a redemption into Sparkle's story. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary, at least. If Discord, Sunset Shimmer, and Starlight Glimmer can be redeemed villains, so can Sparkle. If she did get redeemed, she would still rule over her own kingdom elsewhere instead of returning to the Crystal Empire, because she would still feel like she doesn't 100% belong there as a ruler, but she would still come to visit, especially when her niece is born. Sparkle could be a fun character to write a story for. So enough about me babbling about how I went about rewriting her story, now to actually talk about her design. So for Sparkle's redesign, I changed up a few things, first thing being her hairstyle. The original was fine, but personally for a character that's supposed to be a princess, one that was very much born and raised as one, her hair design seemed a bit lackluster to me, so I went ahead and made her tail a lot more flowy and her mane a lot more done up, just so she looks like a nice and proper princess. I feel like, especially since she's not as respected as Cadence, she would put a bit more into her appearance, so she always has to be at least a little dressed up. I also gave her some very basic shoes and a crown, nothing too terribly fancy, just something for her to wear as a princess. Looking back on this design now, because it has been a couple of months since I drew this, I feel like I could have added just a little bit more, like maybe a neck piece like Luna and Celestia have, or some decorations to go on her wings, maybe a bit of makeup, just something to spice up her design a little bit more. But oh well, too late now, I am not going back and editing this. Crystal's cutie mark was also relatively easy. I wanted to keep the heart design, and I figured what better way to do that than to have Cadence and her cutie marks resemble each other. So I just took Cadence's cutie mark and slapped it on Sparkle, but instead of the... I don't know what kind of pattern that is on Cadence's cutie mark, but instead of that, I traded it for a golden infinity symbol surrounding the heart to represent unity. It was also the best I could come up with at the time. I was tired by the time I got to the cutie mark. Also, instead of having her cutie mark be blue, like the crystal heart, I made it rainbow colored to keep the original cutie mark's colors. Sparkle's colors were super easy. I just plucked colors right off of Cadence. Their body colors are the exact same, and Sparkle's hair is the same pale yellow that's in Cadence's mane. I did make Sparkle's eyes blue instead of purple, and I kept the rainbow from Sparkle's original design on the tail, but instead of doing just the tip of the tail rainbow like in the original, I just made the whole tail rainbow colored. Is it dye? Is it magic? Is it completely natural? I have no clue. I didn't come up with an explanation, I just wanted to keep the pastel rainbows. I was considering also making the wings rainbow colored, like how I colored my Lala Lover Rainbow Splash Redesign's wings, but I ended up not doing that, mostly because I felt like it would hide the purple gradient on the wings, and I didn't want to do that. There's nothing else really to talk about other than I made the shoes and crown bronze with a red gemstone, and instead of having her have a bright blue horn, I just made her magic blue instead. But that is it for my redesign and rewrite of Princess Sparkle. I hope you enjoyed. There are a few other of Emily Princess's OCs I would like to redesign and rewrite as well, and I'm going to be working on those for future videos, so you can look forward to those whenever I decide to finish them. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you are new, and check out all my social medias linked down in the description below, because if you don't, I'm gonna steal your toes! Goodbye.